just about the team now that you, like you said earlier, you're finally back in your own home arena, kind of had a chance to kind of look around the city. What does that do for you mentally as far as just being in those comfortable surroundings and that will enable you to play physically on the court?
Yeah, it's a feeling of ease. Last year in the bubble at a free throw line, it was so quiet. It was kind of like, because we're so used to noise and, hearing things and stuff. It actually was kind of like, it's funny because people are like, how do you handle the noise? And it's like, I don't know, you just kind of tune it out. But then when it's dead quiet, you're like, I need some noise. I need somebody saying, miss it. Because you get your body and your mind is used to that. So I'm actually, I'm craving to hear those kind of things. I'm craving to hear some trash talk and things like that from other teams, opponents, or fans, or whatever. So it's a feeling of ease for me. It's like, oh my God, people are here. Okay. So I'm looking forward to it.
Players are pretty much the foundation for social justice and standing up against, systemic racism and inequality. And you all were also responsible for sending 2 members to the Senate to making sure their campaigns were successful. Are there any plans moving forward to continue to keep that momentum and continue to keep that message alive across the WNBA, especially with you and the Las Vegas Aces?
Absolutely. I think it's a never-ending thing. I think that's something that you continuously do over and over. And how I like to explain it is, I've never won a championship, but because I never won a championship, that doesn't mean that I'm going to stop working hard to achieve that goal. And that's the same thing when you talk about social injustice. Even though we may not see the results we want to see right away, we don't stop working to get the results we want to see. So that's a never ending thing. We constantly work toward that, because even now I live in Georgia, and you're making laws to make it harder for people to vote. What? Like, it's always going to be something you got to fight against for what's right for the people.
Obviously, you were once a member of the Atlanta Dream. Renee Montgomery is now one of the owners of the Atlanta Dream, but you had a lot of support from people like LeBron James at one point in time, the late great Kobe Bryant. What does that mean when you have other people outside of your league pushing for more equality, and when it comes to women being owners and players having their voices being
heard? And you know what too? I would like Bill to be added to that list. When we talk about LeBron James and we talk about Kobe Bryant, can Bill get some play on that? Because he's been doing it for so much longer. He's been fighting for us. And for God's sakes, he didn't cut his hair the whole time in the bubble to prove a point that we need a hairdresser in the bubble. He's been doing it for so long, fighting for us to get charter flights and this and that. And so I just want to include his name when we say what Kobe Bryant and what LeBron has done for the women. I definitely want to include Bill in that, because he just hasn't got the recognition from it. And he will, but he definitely needs to be included in that. But, to answer your question, it's a good thing that people are noticing what we need and what needs to be done for us to go to the next level, Of course, we know Draymond made some comments about that. I just feel, when we start talking about the women and things going to another level, let's do our research. To know what the women need, what are we craving for, what have we been preaching about for so long. So it's a good thing that some of the guys have definitely taken notice and are pushing us more and more. I think, I love that accountability is starting to happen, because these stories have been going on for so long. I like the quote that Will Smith said. He said, racism isn't getting worse, it's getting filmed. So now people are seeing what, people have been preaching about before us for so long, So Tupac wasn't crazy when he was saying police this, police that, or NWA. Yeah, it was a little vulgar, but those were the struggles that we kept fighting for. Now people can see this is a big deal. This is wrong. There needs to be accountability. So I'm glad to see that now some accountability is being taken with that, because people are still human beings. And needed to be treated accordingly, no matter what race, color, gender, ethnicity, religion, any of that. It needs to be equality for all the people in treatment of arrest or anything of that nature.